Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Antonio and this is Antonio with Tech. It's been a while since I've been doing a video in this channel, so I'm glad to be back. I've been busy with Twitch and my gaming channel, but I'm back here again and I hope to at least post a video every week, if not every 2 weeks, so expect more videos coming soon. But today's video is a full review comparing the Deltahub Carpio 1.0 and the Carpio 2.0. A few months ago I got the first version for the Carpio, and then I saw a second improved version that came out probably about like a month or two later. And I decided to buy the second one because the first one I didn't like it as much. So I was like, let me do a review comparing the first one to the second one and see what the main differences are and what improved, what stayed the same, and which one is better. So without further ado, let's jump right in. So the Carpio 1.0. Well, I don't want to say that the build in the 1.0 feels cheap. It kind of does. In terms of the material, it is a solid material and it's durable and strong. However, the pieces themselves come out super easily, way too easily if you want to put it that way. And yes, it's an older version, so I'll be gracious. It was the first version for this and it does kind of what it's supposed to do, but it very much feels like a plastic block with plastic padding, if you want to put it that way. Padding, and I put in quotations because there were many times that the padding kind of left it feeling a little bit rough and way too hard on your wrists, and it leaves a lot to be desired. All I can say is that it's a strong material but not well constructed for the first version, and it very much feels like they went with the option of having plastic rather than investing a little bit on the silicone aspect to it. So comfortability and support for the 1.0 version. As I mentioned, the padding is a softer version of plastic, if you want to put it that way, still kind of a very rough plastic. So comfortability wise, it is quite uncomfortable even after the 2-week period that they tell you that it takes for you to adjust to the product. Before I got the 2.0 version, I stopped using the 1.0 after 3 or 4 weeks. It was uncomfortable and the attached pieces, as I said, will come off sometimes with sweat, so that will just stick to your hands, or if you moved abruptly or quickly or swiftly on your desk, those pieces will come off. Support wise, it has a great support and offers what you need to alleviate strain on your wrist, but it caused me more pain at times due to how hard the material was. So while it did relieve some of the tension on the wrists and kind of relieve the tension on the actual precision of how you hold the mouse and how you move the mouse, it left some of the achiness on the actual area. So not so much on the hand itself, but the actual area where the padding and where the Carpio 1.0 version was placed, which is not good. Now, does it actually work, the 1.0 version? I mean, it works as advertised. It relieves some of the tension. It does work in that aspect. There's not much really that I can say on the section other than it does work. It's just not the most comfortable and definitely not the best experience using a product that is supposed to help you more with the wrist strain and with pain. It kind of sometimes, even though it does what it's supposed to do, it ends up kind of causing discomfort, which is not great. Now let's move on into the 2.0 version. The Carpio 2.0 is a great improvement to the first version, and it comes with a lot of changes. So first of all, the build. Compared to the 1.0 version, the improvements build-wise are impressive, and it replaces a solid plastic padding with a more flexible silicone material, which this is the way that it needed to be from the beginning. It just feels like a better constructed product. The gliders are made of Teflon, which does help it slide a little easier with less effort. So it's a lot easier to kind of slide with this. This has the Teflon on the back. It makes it a lot easier to manage and move it around. And it just feels much more lightweight compared to the first version. So that leads us to comfortability and support for the 2.0 version. From using the 1.0 version and now using the 2.0 version, comfortability wise, it is a huge jump. You feel much more supported, and the uncomfortability from the plastic material that was used on the padding for the first version and now using the silicone, it eases a lot of the pain. And what I was talking about earlier about kind of causing some pain on the first one, while it still reduced some of the strain, it was causing pain. On this one, it does both. It releases the strain on your wrist, and it also provides enough support and enough padding that it feels comfortable and nice to use, and it feels like a better overall product that just offers the comfortability and the support that you need while you are on your computer and using your mouse. So overall, the experience using the Carpio 2.0 is much better than the first one from a comfortability aspect to it. Now, does it actually work? Short answer is yes. It actually works, and it works much better than Deltahub's previous version on the Carpio. Delivers on all the promises with an improved build and better comfortability overall. What are some of the biggest differences? The biggest difference between the two is the padding. The 1.0 uses a more plastic material, as I mentioned already. It's solid with no flexibility or cushion, while the 2.0 version uses a silicone-based material that provides a lot of more flexibility to it, more comfortability, and they're also better attached to the product itself so they don't stick out every single time that your hands are sweating and your wrist kind of takes it with it. So in the 2.0 version, that's improved and there's no issue in that regard. The glider is a big factor along with more minimalistic design. Compared to the first one, the glider kind of sometimes gets kind of stuck on certain things, but with the 2.0 version made out of Teflon, it makes it much easier to glide on more surfaces with ease. Other major difference, which was a pain in the ass with the previous version, is the locking mechanism. As I kind of mentioned just now, the padding now in the 2.0 version sticks to the actual product, to the actual frame, and it has better locking mechanisms. You can take them off, of course, if you want to, for like either to clean them off or whatever you need to do with them, but they do stick with it. With the other ones, it was very easy. Sometimes you will grab it, or sometimes you would just put your wrist on it and it would just come off. So that in itself makes it a lot easier, specifically when you're spending long periods of time on your computer and you have your wrist and it's sweating on the Carpio product. So which one wins? I mean, deciding which one wins is definitely the Carpio 2.0 just because of all the improvements. And well, also technically you can't get the 1.0 version on their website anymore. So I mean, if you have the 1.0 version, or if someone is trying to sell you the 1.0 version, I wouldn't buy it. Just go with the new version, the 2.0 that is on Deltahub's website. It's so much better, offers so much more support, and you get your money's worth on the 2.0 version. I can't say the same thing for the 1.0 version. That's just my opinion. Just from experience and using them both for a little bit over 2 months, 3 months now. And so definitely the 2.0 version is the one that I definitely recommend. I'm sure they might come up with a new one in maybe a year or two, and I'm sure they will improve it upon it. But at the moment, I really don't have much of a complaint when it comes down to the Carpio 2.0. The price is worth the whole $35 when you convert it from the currency that is being sold at from Europe. So the 35 US dollars, it's worth it, and your risk will thank you later. So that's it for today's video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell to get notified every single time I post. And I am glad to be back on the channel and to be posting again. And for the new subscribers that have subscribed during the time that I literally haven't posted, thank you so much. And thank you so much for helping me get to over 80 subs and for getting at least 3 or 4 of my videos over 1,000 views. So I really appreciate it, and much love to all of you. And I hope to see you all in the next video the next time. Bye-bye.